It's week 1 of the NFL, where division rivals will clash in the AFC East. It's the Patriots and the Dolphins, and it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 23.
We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Today, we get the season started with an AFC East tilt right off the bat between the New England Patriots and the Miami Dolphins. I'm Brandon Gaudin, joined by my broadcast partner, Charles Davis. And at long last, it's time to begin another season in the NFL. And if this looks familiar, Charles, it's because it is. For the third straight season, Miami and New England will play each other in week 1. It's kind of becoming something of an unofficial tradition for these two.
And we'll take it if they keep playing games like we've seen over the last 2 years, because New England scored a late touchdown to secure a win in 2020, then had a red zone fumble in 2021 to let Miami hang on for a one-point win last year in Foxborough. It's like in boxing. You get 2 great fights, each guy takes one. You definitely want the rubber match to see who is the better team. And Miami feels like they've really closed the gap.
Here's a punter, Thomas Morstead, to get this one started. And we are underway from Hard Rock Stadium. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. A time for Mac Jones and his Patriot offense to take the field. Jones now in his second season since being selected 15th overall in 2021.
I think we'll all remember 2021 as a banner quarterback draft, and we saw 5 taken in the first round. It was actually the 5th of those 5, Mac Jones, who was the runner-up in the Rookie of the Year voting with the 5th most yards by a rookie in league history. The Patriots, they have to be dancing in the streets with the idea that this guy is going to be their quarterback for about the next 10 years.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Nice job there forcing that incompletion. This is going to be a fun battle throughout this game, watching him try to take away that area of the field.
On 2nd and 10, Jones, Hunter Henry brings it in. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 13 and a New England first down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Meanwhile, Jones' throw into the hands of Henry. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now Tua. Over the middle, complete. It's Hill. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And he's got his tight end, Gesicki, in the end zone. Touchdown, Dolphins. A 9-yard touchdown there. And the Dolphins are on the board here first in the season opener.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
The point after through the raindrops. Up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Scoring summary. 3-play drive. And it all concluded with a touchdown pass to the tight end, Mike Gesicki. No run back here for Jones. A touchback.
So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive.
And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that the entire offseason and know, hey, right out the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped him, bringing up 4th down.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. Watch out for Hill on the return. 31 yards on the punt there. And it'll be Dolphin football. So Miami coming out for their second drive. Perfect start to the season on their first drive last time out, able to find the end zone. Now we'll see if they can make it 2 for 2 here in week 1. They'll start on the ground with Edmonds. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
On 2nd and 12, Tua. They'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one covers 29 yards, first down.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
They'll run on first down, Edmonds. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Tua going to throw. Wilson's got it complete. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. Here's Tua. He is going to find Hill here. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill, 30 yards. And the Dolphins have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Sanders now to add the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Harris. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Jones got his man, and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it,
They're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. Coming left is Michel, and he is going to lose yardage here. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. This could possibly be a push-off. So they decline it as that will bring up 4.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like that, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
This one fielded at the 5. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. We'll remind you that coming up tonight, the first Sunday nighter of the new season. And how about this for a matchup? The Buccaneers and the Cowboys from Dallas, 8:20 Eastern. Then tomorrow, Monday night, just one game here in Week 1 this year. And it'll pit the Broncos and Seahawks as Russell Wilson makes his Bronco debut. And, of course, where is it? Seattle. Coincidence? We'll let you decide. Throwing, Jones. Complete. It's hit. Now the ball comes loose. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you...
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. From the 45 on 2nd down, Jones. And his throw here is incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
On 3rd down, here's Harris. And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones. They'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, you know, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Tua on the screen. This is Edmonds. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Looking to pass. Tua. And that will be incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. The Pats at the line, ready to go. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that Plague did on the last one.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Give him 15 yards on that one, and New England has a first down. Looking to throw. Jones. Looking sideline, incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Jones throwing complete for Harris. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. Back to throw again. And that is incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Folks' kick is good. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. Maybe a moral victory of sorts. They're on the board here late in the first half, but this offense just hasn't looked that sharp.
Yeah, but at least they got the 3 points, right? At least have something to, quote-unquote, hang their hats on and maybe feel a little bit better about themselves as they head to the half.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Dolphins taking over now late in this first half. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. It'll be Edmonds to begin the drive. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, it's Tua. It's brought in by Wilson. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And he's got his tight end. It's Mike Gesicki. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
I know that no game in the NFL is ever easy, but they're making it look that way. Everything is being done with such precision. Just on this drive alone, 3 plays, 3 first downs. If you're on defense, you're scrambling, looking at each other, trying to figure out how are we going to slow these guys down.
Sanders' kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll start up at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. And it's the Jets who are out in front in that one. Breece Hall, the lone touchdown there as he's cashed one in on the ground. Next, we head off to check out another game. And they were losers in their ball game as the visiting Buffalo Bills come in and took it to them. Devin Singletary, what a game. 3 touchdown runs in the victory. Finally, we're off to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they've gone to the half in that one with the visiting Saints out on top. Jameis Winston with 3 touchdown passes. Time now for a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for New England. And they didn't get a whole lot accomplished through the air in those first 2 quarters of play. They'll need to up their game if they want to rally all the way back. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half. It's a new season, so both of these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after that first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in week 1, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. This offense set to begin the third quarter, and Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon.
A move to New England from Baltimore suited Matthew Judon nicely with 12.5 sacks in his first year of a new 4-year contract with the Patriots. That was a new career high for him, 7th in the NFL, and the most for a Patriot since 2015.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, he's going up top for Wilson. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. Here's Thomas Morstead now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now a fair catch taken, maybe a yard or 2 shy of midfield. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Patriots will have great starting position as they take over 1st and 10. Now a first down carry for Harris. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Jerome Baker there on the tackle. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Off the play fake, Jones. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off, Byron Jones. And the Dolphins are going to take over here up near the 40. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. Well, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Out to the right here to Wilson. Short completion, just 4 yards. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Tua looking to throw on 3rd and 2. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. 35 yards that time on the punt, and the Patriots take over. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Going deep here for Parker. And unable to connect, incomplete. I give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Now Hill to return it. A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And the Dolphins getting set to go here. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Tua sets up to pass it. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. Now, the #1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, and this time it's going to come from the middle linebacker because watching the lineman, it seemed to me that they thought he was going to drop back into pass protection, but he surprised them and came on the blitz instead and had a pretty clear run to the quarterback.
Gonna look deep for Wilson. As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there. Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Very good starting position for the Patriot offense as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. Now he dumps this off over the middle, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Back to throw. Jones. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Now Jones on 3rd down. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Obviously searching for their first touchdown this game, partner. That quick 3 and out, that's not going to achieve that at all. Give victory to the secondary there. They brought out tight coverage on that 3rd down snap.
And on 4th down, on is the punt. Looking into the raindrops, and he muffs it. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Now a give to Mostert running right.
And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. Give him 5 yards there, and it'll bring up second down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Miami. It's Dolphin football. It's also Dolphin lead to begin quarter number 4. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to third down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Tua to Tyreek for the Miami first. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. He'll buy some time right. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. The linebacker Jordan Hicks flying in there for the sack.
How many times have we sat with coordinators, and especially the defensive guys, they've talked about big plays, sacks. They often come in bunches. Well, it may not be a bunch here, but that is the 3rd sack of the game for them.
And around sack 3 or 4, I would think it starts to get in the quarterback's head a little bit.
Not just the quarterback, the offensive play caller, the offensive line, knocks people off balance and changes what they normally do.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. On third down, they run with Edmonds. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Call it a gain of 5, 4th down now.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought up a punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Jones and the Pats now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Throwing to start the drive. Jones out right to Bourne. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jones, and he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That one good for 13 and a New England 1st down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Yeah, he needed to get to the midfield stripe, but he can't do it. He's about a yard short. 9 yards on the carry, but it's going to lead to a 4th down. Desperation time now. Here's Jones. He's got his man. It's Kendrick Bourne. And he is going to pick up a Patriots 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Looking to throw. Jones. Pass complete once again to Bourne. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset.
And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To throw again on second down. Jones. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown. Oh, but there is a marker on the field. So now the question, who is this on?
Personal foul, roughing the tackle, defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Nick Folk for the point after. It's up, it's good. That'll make the scoreline 20-10. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Dolphins are going to recover. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Down to about the 45. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Ready, break.
Again, they run with Edmonds. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. To throw is Tua. Being chased out left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with an even 90 seconds remaining on the clock. Here's Thomas Morstead now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. So now Jones and the Patriots down 20-10. A little over 80 ticks to go. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. Oh, he still brings it in off the tip here on the deep shot. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Flushed out right. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Xavier Howard.
Well, let's face it, Brandon, they're down here in the second half. Want to try and make something happen, and if you're the guy with the ball in your hands, you're going to try even harder. Because I think all he was trying to do was to get outside the pocket and see if he can find a big play downfield.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And with the defense out of timeouts, powerless to stop the clock, this should just be a couple of kneel downs. Up past the 30, second down coming up. Yes, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Now a run straight ahead with Edmonds. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards is the pickup there, and that should just about put a bow on this one. Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week 1, and to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for Miami, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road.